Hey everybody, Dr. Justin here again, and today we're doing part 2 of our 3 C's series. And what we're talking about today is connected. What we're really looking at is to see whether or not our kiddos are connected. If they're one of the biggest ways we can tell this, if they're connected or not, is if they have a lack of perception, lack of eye contact. No verbal communication or very poor communication. They're either easily distracted or confused, and a lot of times they just kind of zone out, right? We see that a lot of times when these kiddos are disconnected. They either don't listen well, they're struggling in school. Now I know a lot of us are on summer break at this time, but we're getting ready to gear that back up. And so it's really important to see how connected or disconnected our kiddos are. And so today what we're talking about is that connection. And so when our kids are disconnected, what happens is they're actually in that sympathetic, which is that fight or flight mode. And that mode is what they're unable to process, they're unable to heal. And when they're in that sympathetic mode or that fight or flight mode, they're in a stress mode. So that's why we see so many times when we have a stress come in, whether it's loudness, sensory, whatever it may be, too much of anything, then we get a stress response. And so what happens is they begin to have a fit in the middle of the store. We've had kiddos where they actually will take the water glass and throw it in the sink and break it because of the condensation off in the glass. All of those things are disconnected kids. And so what we really want to do is help get them into that parasympathetic. Now, a lot of times we talked a little bit about that sympathetic, parasympathetic. When we actually do our webinar, we're going to go into more detail of the science behind it. And but that parasympathetic is the healing mode. That's where our kiddos need to be in order to heal, to get connected, to be calm and coordinated, right? The 3 C's that we're talking about. And so when we have our kiddos that are connected, we'll go from seeing them having a lack of perception, lack of eye contact, to actually having eye contact when they're having a conversation. One of the awesome things that I get to experience are the kiddos that begin to become connected here in the office. They'll actually stop patients in the hallway and have a conversation, let them know their name, ask them their name, and carry on about a 5-6 minute conversation with patients in the hall. And I just love that. Every time they come in, they'll say, "Hey, Dr. Justin, how you doing?" And they're looking eye to eye right at me. Whereas before, when they first began coming in, I'd look at them and, they'd be looking off type of a thing. Could never really get them connected or focused. And so that's what we're really doing. We want to get these kiddos out of that sympathetic or out of that stress mode into more of a parasympathetic or a healing mode, right? Which is kind of that gas pedal. So a lot of times what happens is we'll have those gas pedal. It's almost, I love talking about cars. Would love to drive a Ferrari someday. And, as we're flying down the road, high miles an hour, and all of a sudden we go to hit those brakes right at a curve, right? Well, either we have bicycle brakes, and those bicycle brakes definitely not going to stop a Ferrari, or we have no brakes at all. And so that's what these kiddos deal with on a regular basis. Their parasympathetic is unable to stop or to get them into that healing mode. So Dr. James Chestnut, PhD, always talked about garbage in, garbage out type of a concept, right? So the brain perceives and then it sends information out. Well, if it's garbage or if it's stress coming in, then it's going to be garbage or stress coming out. And that's why we see so many of them disconnected, right? That's why they can't go out, they can't be in public, they can't do all of those things. Last time we talked about calm and how in the airport, screaming baby at the bag claim, and one of our kiddos just sat there, was completely content, was fine. Had that been before he started treatment, there would have been no way he could have had that. So again, our next one is going to be about coordination and whether or not they're coordinated or not. if they have a lot of falls, that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. And then we're actually going to go, like I said, more into the science of it, so it makes much more sense, and how chiropractic can really help get them calm, connected, and coordinated. Again, if you ever have any questions, concerns, anything, please reach out to us. You can go to the website. There's plenty of information about who I am, how we practice, and why we specialize in kiddos. So again, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.